Hello, here we are at 7005 Tega Drive here in Tega, South Carolina. Wanted to give you all a street view of the property. That is your driveway over there, and does have a 2-car garage as well. This is located in a cul-de-sac, so the cul-de-sac is right behind me. And where this white car is parked, that's the neighbor's property, but that's my car there. And the space right beside of it is 2 spaces for guests and residents at this property at 7005. So I wanted to go ahead and give you all a street view look. We're going to go ahead and head on inside. This property is a 5-bed, 3.5 bath, built in 1972 with 3,694 square feet. It is very tri-level, so there's a lot of split-offs and stuff. And as well, definitely looks like it needs a little bit of cosmetic work as far as like paint and such. But please let me know if you have any questions after viewing this, and I'm happy to help. So this is the entryway here. Back up so you can see that front door. You do have some different flooring throughout the house as well. Where this was built in the 70s, you know, it has a little bit of a funky layout, and they've done some upgrades, but it's, there's just still some things that, you know, I would want to do myself personally. But you do have a coat closet here to the left-hand side as soon as you come in. As well, there is a half bath here. And then I will back up this way so you can see the front door from this side. But this is going to open up into kind of a flex area and dining area. These are built-in bookshelves here. They look like they've been here since the home was originally built. And this seems to be LVP flooring as well on this floor. And then this is going to open up into the kitchen area. Kitchen has been renovated. Updated light fixtures. You do have a skylight right above me. But you can kind of see like some of the cosmetic work down there on things that you know, would probably want to do at some point. There is a pretty good sized dent in the fridge, but fridge is big. Say the fridge side's definitely bigger than the freezer, but the freezer's still a good size. Do have a gas range there. And then here is the microwave and the oven. Do have a divider sink, but it is deep. And then this is the front of the house that window overlooks. And this is your pantry. You can see some of the trim here is from the original build in the 70s. It goes up and around these cabinets. Just FYI. And then, like I said, some of the paint here, I would recommend, you know, having done and drywall patched up. But let's go ahead and head on to this side before we get too far on this side of the house, because there is a tri-level that I want to show you up here. So this is what's considered the primary bedroom. These double windows here do kind of overlook the lake and some of your decking. But here is the bedroom itself. Those windows up there do have like shades or something over them. I can't tell if it's blacked out with like tint or if they're shades, but probably did that to help with heat in the summertime. And you can see a better view of the lake from these double windows. And right down that dock there is your floating dock that is deeded for this property. Do have some of your roof here and some of it as well over here. But this is what is considered the primary bedroom for this house. And then this is the primary bathroom, which has been completely updated. I believe these cabinets here are as well from the original build that they didn't take out. I think they definitely would look better if they were white or if they had doors over them. But you could also just take them out if you don't like them. You've got tile flooring in here, a large soaking tub that's freestanding, flat screen TV, and then the stand-in shower as well. Flip these lights on for us. So these are the nice touch mirrors that have the lights in them. And then going into the shower, it's all tile as well. It kind of see, just needs like a really good cleaning, maybe some grout. And then this is the toilet area. It's just a small room for that. That remote there does go to like the bidet portion of this toilet, just FYI. And then right behind me is going to be the closet area. I'll show you this shelving before we get too far. That most likely is an attic access, but it doesn't have a pull down. You would have to take a ladder up through there, which I don't have with me, or I would just pop my head up there and show you. But here is the closet. Have a lot of built-ins, which is great. And then this opens up into a small deck area off of the closet. So if you want to have morning coffee out here, just getting ready and want some fresh air, you can step out here and look at the lake. It is kind of a dreary day here in Tega. So not the best day to look at the lake, but it would be a great view as far as, you know, summer days. You would have some leaves on these trees and whatnot. But you have a great view of the lake as far as openness goes. And that's your neighbor's house there and your other neighbors on this side. And it is really nice that this house is split level as far as having the primary bedroom on this side of the house and then the other bedrooms and living spaces separate. But this is the primary bedroom, and we'll keep moving right along. So we'll head back down these steps, going towards the front door. And then these steps just kind of lead to 3 other rooms down that way. But we'll go this way first because I want to show you this upstairs portion. So here is another bedroom. Really could be like another primary bedroom or mother-in-law suite. They may have used it as an exercise room, but the bathroom is connected between the 2 doors that were in the room. So you have a vanity here, closet here, and it does have some built-ins here as well. One behind the door. And then you have a toiletry closet. There is tile flooring as well in this bathroom. The tub is a little bit different, but the tile and stuff is very similar to the primary bedroom that we just saw. And then this is the second vanity that's a part of this bathroom. And you have his and hers closets. They pretty much mimic each other from what we just saw. And then this is the toilet area. But it opens back up on this side because you have double doors here. So this is the far side of this bedroom. We'll go ahead and call this bedroom number 2. And then this is just a funky closet that's over those steps that we just walked up. As well, it looks like there's a little pop-up access for the attic. That is probably original wood as far as when the house was built. And then here opens up to another deck. And that is your driveway, which I will show you shortly. You do have still a lake view from this side, but the roof inside of the house kind of obstructs a lot of that. And then this stairwell leads down to the bottom deck that is outside of the area near the garage. But we'll check that out here in just a few minutes. Head on back inside. That door is really squeaky, just FYI. Go ahead and grab these lights. These windows here do face the front of the house, just in case you were wondering. And we'll keep moving on. So this door here leads to the garage. I'm not 100% sure what that is. Maybe access to the crawl space. If you give me just a second, we'll take a look at it. But here is that 2-car garage. Looks like the garage door's been updated at some point. You do have an irrigation system over there on the wall to the left of the windows. And then there is a workbench. Yeah, and this is just a additional storage room. And that door there just leads to the deck outside, which we'll check out in just a minute. And that is the driveway. Just FYI, the garage door opener is all the way down here. Typically you see them up towards the top of the garage. So just wanted to point that out to you. And then this, yeah, that's the crawl space. There is not a light, so I do apologize, but there's access to the crawl space in there, which can't see anything because there isn't a light, unfortunately. That is definitely something we would have inspected in our general home inspection, is the crawl space. We'll head back up this way. Like I said, this layout is funky, so I'm really sorry if I'm making you a little dizzy. But now we're back into the kitchen and eat-in dining space. And we'll head down this way. This flooring is the same, just FYI. And this opens up into the living space. You do have a wood-burning fireplace. These windows at some point are going to need replaced. They're really old. I think this one on the left definitely has a crack in it. Might be on the outside pane is what it looks like. And then that window as well. And then we'll head this way because this is what I consider bedroom number 3. It does have double access with 2 doors, but also accesses that deck that's out there. And then this is where the flooring switches. So this flooring on these steps is actually different than the flooring that's on that floor and this floor. So that's kind of some of the things I wanted to point out to you, and you can kind of see like the paint's just, you know, definitely needs to be redone in the house. And then this is LVP flooring as well, but it's just different from what this is upstairs and these steps. But your laundry room is here. Do have a under the stairs closet. That is the electrical panel, which does not look to have been updated since the 70s because it's very small. So that is something to keep in mind. And then you have a linen closet here. This is going to be the 3rd bathroom, which we've now seen all of the bathrooms. And then this is going to be bedroom number 4. The flooring on this bedroom and bedroom number 5 match what's on the main floor when you come into the house. But these are on the smaller side. Just have standard closets. That closet door is not attached, so I don't want to mess with it too much. But this window overlooks the side of the house and the neighbor's house. Like I said, this is bedroom number 4. And then directly across from the bathroom is going to be bedroom number 5. Like I said, these are the smallest bedrooms out of all of them in the house. And then this closet is similar, it just doesn't have the built-ins. But this window does overlook the water. And you have the deck right above it. That's that primary bedroom deck. And then a sliding door to access this deck for both bedroom number 5 and bedroom number 3 that we saw just a second ago. So back out into the hallway, we're going to pass the laundry room here on the left. These steps lead up to the foyer area and dining room area. And then this is bedroom number 3. That does have that sliding glass door and the double entry. Does overlook the water though. In my opinion, and this is just me, I would potentially want to do something with this room, whether open up the living room or make a better laundry room and have a 4-bedroom house. But you would have smaller bedrooms for those last 2 bedrooms that we saw. And that is stonework on that fireplace. But we're going to go ahead and head on out this door, which is at the bottom of those steps that we saw for that second, what I consider a second master bedroom or ensuite. Here is the decking for it. Lots of leaves. I don't think they've done leaf cleanup since the fall. which our leaves were dropping until like a month ago, honestly. But here's the driveway. You do have some stairs there. I think at one point this path kind of led up to the front door. But now it's just kind of there. You may want to redo like a sidewalk that does lead to the front door from here. This is the driveway area though. You do have a nice lake view when you pull into your driveway. And that is the side garage door. So as you can see here, we're going to go downstairs in just a second. But these steps match the stairwell, all the stairwells, but they're different flooring from this LVP that you see in the main rooms. You have a wet bar. And then this is part of the deck that connects between bedroom number 3 and bedroom number 5. Let's step out here. That is the electrical meter, which I guess if they have to come work on it, they'll have to pull these 2 boards out to get to some of it. Just wanted to point that out. And then this does have some steps that lead down to the side of the house. On this side, water runoff right here on this roofing area. Probably everything is going to drop right on the deck. There are gutters on the other sections of the house, but definitely your water for that section of the roof is going to drop right onto the deck. And you can see some just, I don't know if it's necessarily cosmetic. I don't believe it would be structural, but just where that water's hanging out up there. Let's go ahead and head on back inside, and then we'll go downstairs. And that, like I said, that window right there is one of the ones I would recommend at some point. That one and those 2 that are older. These seem to be newer. And then this one is older as well above these doors. Let's head on downstairs so we can check out that area. This door is the one that leads out to where the garage and decking is. Once again, stairwell is different flooring. That is wood on the stairs, and this is LVP. So this is just kind of like an extra room. You could consider it like a bonus room or a basement room. They do have the original built-in shelves here. And then a closet that runs under the stairs. And then this deck here, the door is really hard to get open. We'll walk around, but I don't believe this deck has stairs that go down into the yard. I could be wrong, but I believe the deck that we were on previously is going to be your best access to and from the lake and into the backyard. But we'll go back up and walk down to the dock. And these seem to be storage. I was just noticing as I was walking by, they have some mesh pieces on them, I guess for kids or people so they don't hit them. All of these open up, I believe. These don't seem to open up, just that end piece. So that's something cosmetically you may want to redo at some point. But let's keep moving. So back on this deck, we'll head down to the yard here. So you have a gate here to kind of close up the fenced area. As you can see, it's pretty steep from here down. I'll give you a better look from the side as well. And then this leads up to the front of the house and that additional parking area. Those are the 3 HVACs. These stairs are a little funky, just FYI. They're really wide, but with all the leaves, I just want to make sure I don't take a tumble while I'm on video with you all. There's the lake. Someone out there fishing this morning. And that deck that we were on does have access to get off of it. It's just on the side of the house, the other side of the fence. But here is the back of the house. Definitely want to redo some of this retaining wall for runoff at some point. It's been there for a while. They have some trees that they put around the decking here. And this is going to be some electrical outlets for you and breaker box for these outlets. And as well, you have kind of looks like a lift station, but I'd have to ask the agent to be sure. More outlets. This does have like an opening on these sides. Not sure what's going on here at the neighbors. I know that they at some point recently put in a pool. They've got a lot of stuff hanging out over here. And then this is the beach area, which you do have access to. I guess maybe about half of this would be yours and the other half is the neighbors. We'd have to double check on a plat and survey for you. You do have a little beach area. And this deck, I don't feel like I'm gonna fall through it, but I'd say in a couple years, definitely want to replace some of it because it's pretty rough. Just wanted to point that out. I know it's hard to see everything when you're not here in person. But this is the floating dock. As you can see, it's not very deep here. Pontoon would be great for this type of dock here. Does get somewhat deeper as you walk out. can't really see the bottom from the end of the dock, but it's not super, super deep. But here's the lake. Here's your neighbor's dock. And all of the neighboring houses. And we'll head back up this way, but please let me know if you have any questions about the house. I'm happy to get some of those questions answered for you, whether it's by me or the listing agent. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a great day.